enjoy the song. There's a song playing in the background. I just need you to enjoy it for a bit. Sorry, I had to play that song. I by Barry White. Yeah, so for the non-Yorubas watching, it means there's nothing in this life that is worth holding, with so much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so nothing we bring come, nothing we go carry go. So why would you do life like say, So hello people, today I'm so excited, even if it doesn't look like it, because I'm tired. But there's this topic that's been biting me seriously to talk about, and it's about living in the moment, enjoying the moment, the present. Sometimes we worry too much. We worry too much about the past, and we worry too much about the future. And the truth is, that is why we sometimes find ourselves in situations that we cannot control, in situations that we would be like, oh God, what's happening? Yeah, so because we dwell so much in the past and overthink and worry about the future. So worrying about the future can cause anxiety. That's where you find people suffering from anxiety disorder. They're worrying so much about what will happen. Yeah. And some people still worry about the past, how they have failed, how things didn't work out, how they failed in their relationships, they failed in so many things in life, and they just sit there. And this is me talking about, I'm actually talking to myself as well. But in the last 1 month, I've been studying, and I have come to realize that people, most humans, like to dwell in the past, think about the past, and worry a lot about the future. And this can cause depression. Depression can be caused by us worrying so much about our past, and us, frustrated about our future. Thinking about our future can also cause anxiety disorder. So today I want to share some tips and why we do certain things that we shouldn't be doing really, if we really want to enjoy the moment and enjoy the present. So yesterday, I like to chip this because I would like to chip this in. It's something for me that is a reminder, it's a wake-up call that this life is borrowed and we just need to enjoy ourselves. We need to understand that this life is borrowed, and if we worry too much about certain things, we might just go one day and it won't be worth it. Yesterday I heard the news about a former colleague, that lost her life, and I said to myself, this girl was so full of life. This girl was, I was so sad. But then again, I remembered that while she was alive, she enjoyed life. And for me, I just thank God for her life. And it got me thinking, what would it profit one, to just be worrying about tomorrow that is not promised, and deny yourself of the enjoyment of today? Is it worth it? This is what I tell myself. So recently something happened, I was supposed to be very angry. Of course, as a human being, don't get me wrong, as a human being, you should be worried when things don't happen. You should feel sad. You should, but don't let it linger. Don't let it last too long, because when it lasts too long, it becomes a problem. So recently something happened, and I was sharing with a friend, and she said, Grace, you take things too casually. You take things too. I'm like, make I kill myself. The thing, I didn't get what I wanted. I'll try again. So should I now sit down and be worried about things that I couldn't change, things that I couldn't, So I think it's better we work with things that we can handle and work with things that we can change per time. If you cannot change a thing per time, move on and have fun with your life. So today we'll be talking about living in the moment. Hi Evie, good to have you here. Hi Annie, good to have you here. So, for me, if I have something inside of me, it's been there for more than a month, and I said I must share this, because even if it's for one person to get it, I would be delighted to know that there's someone out there that should understand that it is better to live in the moment, enjoy the moment. What you cannot change, what you cannot really change, just deal with what you can change and what you can deal with per time. So, to improve your performance, stop thinking about it. It's called on self-consciousness. And the summary of this is, okay, they give an example here that someone is dancing, right? The person is dancing and the person is worried about not making the best moves. The person is worried about not doing it right. The person is, feel free. I have a friend that when she's dancing, she used to tell herself that, me, I don't know how to dance, but I'm going to follow this rhythm and have fun. I am not even going to be bothered by anyone looking at me. All those dancers that will be saying, hey, this one knows how to dance. Oh, in our one jaguar, in our one, it is your business. So, one of the ways to enjoy the moment is stop overthinking things and stop worrying about what people say. For me, I used to be chief. When I say chief, I mean chief of worry. What would people say? Guess what? People would always have something to say. You're doing it right, you're doing it wrong. There's always something to say. Why don't you enjoy yourself, have fun, and give yourself the pleasure that you need, and forget about anybody or anything. So, do not overthink. Do not be worried about what people would say. Just do your thing. I'm going to rush through because I don't want this video to be too long. And then number 2 is to avoid worrying about the future. Focus on the present. I said that earlier. So you're worried about tomorrow that you don't even know if you'll be alive to enjoy. Now, don't get it wrong. People will tell you better plan so that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Good. It's one thing to plan, but it's another thing to be worried sick about what you have planned for. There's a difference. If you plan to make things happen for yourself, good thing, good job. Do what you have to do. When you achieve it, you check. When you achieve, you check. But when you're worried about things that you cannot change, then it's a problem. Tell you what, I have a friend, a colleague, that I just saw, he sat down like this. And I hate it. I hate it when I see people sitting down, and they're lost in their thoughts, and they're like, So I stick my fingers like this. It was long gone. I'm like, what's happened? What is it? What's so deep? And it was, my dear Grace, you don't understand. And I'm like, try me. He said, I have a lot of things to achieve, and I'm not halfway. I'm not there. I'm not near what I want to achieve. And I'm like, okay, what are the things you want to achieve? Where are you now? What can you do now? What can you change now? And we had a conversation, and he shared some things with me. And I said, you know what? In this state, you cannot change anything. Of course, if you are in that production cannot happen. You cannot be productive when you are in that state of mind. And I'm like, losing up, baby. Kill a day. What is it? Free your mind, and you get the things done. With this mood, nothing will happen, right? So I told him to calm down and write down things he would want to change, and he would want to achieve, and try to do what he can do per time. Like today, what do you want to achieve today that would help you tomorrow? Do that one that you can achieve today. Give you a practical example so that it won't look like we're just talking. And okay, you want to the first thing that always comes to mind for me is always losing weight, managing your weight. Okay, you want to lose 5 kg, you want to drop 5 kg, right? What can you do today that you can beat your chest that today? What you do today would affect the result you'd have tomorrow. Today, you will not eat junk, you will not eat orishi, you will not do what you're not supposed to do. You can walk, you can run, you can do anything. You're doing that today. Most definitely, it will affect tomorrow. It will definitely affect tomorrow, right? Because you have been able to do something that you can handle today. Tomorrow, who knows? You can become better. You will now cut out all the nyama food that you have been eating that has been accumulating and turning to fat, right? So what can you do today that can help you achieve your goal tomorrow? But when you're worried that you are 120 kg, hey God, how will you lose this weight? Hey Jesus, see us are fat. Hey my God, people they look my hand. You will not do anything. You will not achieve. You will not achieve. But what can you do today? Today is the check you have in your hand. What can you do today? So you have 24 hours in a day. In the next 2 hours, I will not eat orishi, I will not eat yama. You will not do something that would deprive you of getting that goal that you want tomorrow. So it's that easy. It's not easy, but it's achievable. It's something that is in your control that you can handle. So if you want a future with your significant other, inhabit the present. Just breathe. Live consciously with alert interest. With alert interest has a powerful effect on interpersonal life. Mindfulness actually inoculates people against aggressive impulses. Say with well, what this is saying in summary is sometimes when you are in that weird or random state, first take a deep breath. It's a simple exercise that works. When I'm worried about certain things and I'm in a very dicey situation, I do that for 20 seconds just to calm me. It works. You calm yourself when you take that deep breath. Simple, but it works. So in the moment, once you do that, it helps you from being aggressive, especially talking about relationship and communication and everything that has to do with another person now. So this is a practical example from what I understand from this is, say for instance, somebody's annoying you. The person is making you want to, sometimes you can just take a deep breath, right? You just take a deep breath and just, it's so easy. And then you can handle it when you're calm and easy. So the to make the most of time, lose track of it. So what this is saying is that sometimes it's good to be time conscious, but once you're too time conscious, you're too what happened in this time, it becomes trouble. So sometimes when you lose track of time, like whatever, sounds like a careless statement to make, but it works. In fact, I personally remove my wall clock. It's not like I don't check time. I look, but it makes me a bit nervous. It makes me a bit anxious. And I realized that unconsciously, I meet up because there's no time. I'm not even aware. I may just pick my phone to check what the time is, but because I'm not really aware, I do things, based on the fact that because I'm not really, I'll do it, and boom, I'm on time. So when you lose track of time sometimes, and then you just do things, without worrying too much about the next minute, the next hour, you would be fine. If something is bothering you, move towards it rather than away from it. And this is key for me. This is important because for me, I started improving very well when I started accepting a lot of things, and this is acceptance. Sometimes things would happen to you and you'd be asking so many questions. Why you? Why not this? Okay, if it didn't happen to you, should it have been better if it had happened to someone else? Accept it. Acceptance is the number one way of getting results. So easy, right? When you accept it, then you can deal with it. It's very practical. There are certain things that once you accept, you'll be able to deal with it. But once you live in denial, that's no. So a practical example is losing a loved one. That's the hardest thing that can happen to any human being if you lose a loved one. So when you acceptance is the number one stage of dealing with grief. Like when someone is grieving, that's the number one way to deal with grief. So when somebody loses a loved one and the person is not accepting, the person is still delusional, more like the person is like, no, this person is not dead, then there's a problem. As soon as the person accepts it, that this person is gone, then it's a number one way, to healing. It's another way of understanding that yes, this is the reality on ground. What next? It's really sad, it's very hard, but the truth is, once you accept something, acceptance is a number one way to healing. Call it anything: divorce, the losing someone you love, failure, generally losing something, not getting what you want. Once it happens and you accept it, like it has happened. It's very hard, like I said earlier, but it's living in the moment. It means that you have accepted it, and it's a way and a journey to your healing. So lastly, it's know that you don't know. Know that you don't know. Accepting that you don't know certain things can help you, move way ahead in life. This a situation where you would be like, okay, I just got distracted a little bit. Okay, to pull out.
No, swap.
Ha.
I'm not very ready. Don't collect my rights.
Okay, no worries. So I was saying now, that in itself is sometimes when you feel that, you got it all put together. I used to have a problem with that. I just used to feel that, I'm in on this. I know this. Sometimes you need to step back and accept and understand that you may not know it. You may not really know. So seek answers. Look for people that can help you, move ahead. And for me, lastly, the most important thing is surround yourself with people that can help you grow. Surround yourself with people that can tell you the truth. Surround yourself with people that you can feel good around, that can help you, not those that would depress you. I do that a lot. If I come to you today, come to you tomorrow, and I see that there's this off energy around you, I will flee, because my today is important to me, my now is important to me. I need to enjoy, because tomorrow is not promised, and I need to enjoy my now. So please live in the moment, enjoy yourself. Life is not easy, like they say, but I make it easy for me because I try to worry less about things that I cannot change and deal with things that I can change. In that way, you live a less depressed life, and you'll be happy for you, and you'll be happy, and people around you would notice that this person looks happy and is very good. So that's, for me, is how it works for me. Sometimes you may not get it right, but once you're conscious of the things that you need to do to make things right, you'll be better for it. Have a wonderful Sunday. Live, love, and laugh. Like I said before, I yield.